What's up, guys? Miffy Dub here. I've been asked by a couple people to kind of go over a build list of the Rabbit, um, and just kind of go over all that. And I guess I'll go over my experience with it, and yeah, we'll go from there. So I got the car 3 years ago. The first modification I had to do to it was an exhaust, just because I really wanted to be able to hear it. I don't really look at my tachometer, so I kind of just go by sound. So I had to do that. So the first thing I did was an exhaust. I brought it to a local shop here in town and had them pretty much weld in 2.5 inches all the way through into a pretty much a Flowmaster Super 10 replica, and then go from there. And then after that, I ended up doing a USP high flow downpipe when I left the header stock, because I'm not spending $1,500 on Evo headers with the potential to possibly go turbo, because I'd have to get a new manifold anyways. um, I guess next thing I ended up doing was I did a polyurethane mount for the dog bone insert. So it's a rubber poly insert that goes into the dog bone to prevent wheel hop. A lot of the bushings on here are pretty soft, and the car is nearly 20 years old at this point. So I figured I'd strengthen the car in any way that I could. Next thing I'd like to go over, I guess, would be the suspension. I ended up doing H&R race springs with Bilstein I actually went with Kona Yellow struts this time, and I was able to adjust the dampening on that. So I went with Kona Yellows, H&R race springs. I also did Racing Line adjustable sway bar links. I fitted the suspension with some Kansei Roku wheels. They're 18 by 9.5, and I have a 225/40 stretch on it. But it really doesn't stretch that much, and it honestly looks really good and still handles well for what it is. I guess next thing would be the motor. Always replace it with good spark plugs, so I use NGK plugs. I got red top coil packs. I did the integrated engineering valve cover, billet valve cover, and then I had to convert my AN lines, and I run it into a Evil Energy Amazon catch can. Then I did a spa intake manifold. Before that, before I did the intake manifold, I did an integrated engineering stage 1 tune, and after I did the manifold, I ended up going with RevMat Performance, just because I liked all the customizability that I could do with it, and I liked being able to communicate with my tuner and ask him to change or do anything else that I need accordingly. So that was I pretty much eliminated all the intake piping. I just have a big AEM intake on the intake manifold. Other than that, there's not really too much else done to it. I ended up putting a BFI not short shifter, BFI shift knob in there, and I did a Crown Royal boot with the Crown Royal Black. I also did a Renowned steering wheel with a Momo steering wheel hub. Speaking of shifters, I also did a Velt Sport short shifter for the car. I also did the MRP vacuum plate delete, and I also got the MRP secondary air injection delete. It's a pretty common modification to do to these, is to delete those things. People say it hurts the environment. Truthfully, it really doesn't do as much damage to the environment as you would think. The way that people describe it versus what actually happens are two completely different things. So I did all that. Um, that's about all that I got for the vehicle. If you guys do have any questions or concerns or anything in the meantime, though, please feel free to reach out and comment on the bottom. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and enjoy the videos that I post. I post a lot of shorts, but if you want to see more full length videos, please do let me know because I'd love to make content for you guys. And hopefully, this would replace my full time job. So please do let me know. You guys have a great day and take it easy.